This is a part 2 update with Marilyn, who solved her lupus nephritis after 5 months. Her GFR, glomerular filtration rate, creatinine, and kidney function is the best it's been in the past 30 years. Her nephrologist is stunned. She was able to achieve these results completely naturally using the mind-gut immunity approach. You'll want to see this case study. Hi there, I'm Dr. Chandu Dasari, a surgeon who specializes in reversing gut microbiome dysfunction and autoimmune inflammation. My technique for reversing symptoms in as little as 6 weeks has helped thousands of patients over the years and is called the mind-gut immunity method. And if you would like to learn more, visit mgiclinic.com and request a discovery call. Now, in this upcoming video, we have a client returning for an update. To catch you up to speed, Marilyn had lupus, but all of her symptoms were resolved in 6 weeks. And if you want to check out that interview, take a look at the past video. Now, 5 months later, her kidney function is markedly improved. She was able to avoid treacherous anti-rejection chemotherapy drugs and completely surprise her nephrologist, who warned her about her kidney failure. Here, we talk about the value of working with a collaborative team that includes a trained MD surgeon, not a health coach, to achieve uncommon healing. So let's take a look.
Okay, so the last update you sent to me, which I was getting all excited about, right? This was your kidneys, right? Your kidneys. Tell me a little bit about how the meeting went with your nephrologist.
He liked it, that my GFR was up. It was better. I had also gone off my omeprazole. I'm not taking that anymore.
Yeah.
So I think between the diet and getting off that, it really was better. My creatinine was down.
Yeah.
So it's helped, not just my joints, but it seems to be helping that.
Yeah, it's interesting. This whole lupus nephritis thing is a very big deal, right? Everybody wonders like how fast, like I get this question a lot, how fast do the kidneys recover, right? In lupus, they have this thing called full house glomerulonephritis. That's when when they do the immunohisto or immunofluorescent staining, they get all kinds of different markers that are kind of like that it stains positive for. So it's all these little immune cells attacking the kidney, and they call this full house staining pattern. But so people are always on like these big medications for that. They're always on like some like immunomodulating medication for those sort of things. These are like anti-rejection drugs typically, right?
Been there, done that.
Yeah, I know. You texted me, and in the text it says my GFR is the best it's been in 30 years.
Yes.
Was that something? What was your reaction when the nephrologist pointed it out to you?
Yeah, well, I knew because I checked, my old nurse here checked my lab work, and I thought,
I know you're a nurse.
I was waiting. Yeah. And I was waiting for him to see it, and he went, "You got this funny look at you," and man, your GFR really looks good. It hasn't. So he scrolled back through all the lab work, and he said, "That's really improved. Whatever you're doing, keep doing it."
I know.
I said, "Yeah." I said, "Well, I've changed my diet. I've lost weight. I went off the omeprazole and don't take that anymore. And I'm doing fine with that."
And of course the lupus is better, right? But this is our second update. We kind of we've been checking in with each other quite a bit, but
yes.
The last time all of your symptoms were gone, and then this time your kidneys basically back to normal. You have normal kidney function.
It's better.
Yeah.
Than it was. It'll never be normal because it's so scarred, but it is improved.
Drastically improved. I know.
Yes.
I know.
Yes, it has.
Yeah, that's great. What else are you noticing now? I know your symptoms were pretty much resolved pretty early on, within about a few months.
6 weeks, 8 weeks. Yeah. They had really started to just the tendon and ligament tenderness in my hips. That was the big thing. I mean, I couldn't sleep at night. If I laid, I could walk, it didn't bother me so much with that. But if I hit my hips, the trochanter area, it kept me awake at night, just miserable.
Yeah, that's good. So now
Yeah,
you've been symptom free. What I guess now that your kidneys are recovered, I mean, there's nothing else left, right? Like what do you
well,
look
oh yeah, well, you got some for your skin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just try to keep improving with
Yeah.
arthritis now,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's not progressing like you think it would.
Yeah, and it's
It's just
actually much
really, it's not
improved, right?
quite as
Mhm.
sore as it was. Like this was stiffer than it is. I'm less stiff than I was. And my husband said he knows it's a huge difference. I'm not dragging around as much
Yeah.
and more energy and just better.
That's
Because
great.
you don't notice it when it's you. Other
Right.
than
You're
you
kind of
feel
like, yeah, what's
you
going
feel
on?
better.
Right.
And
Yeah.
he said, no, there's a big difference. You're not just shuffling around, dragging around. You
Yeah.
have energy and just better.
You know
He's
what?
better. He's much better too.
Yeah, of course. I know he was
He's
he
lost
was doing the
weight
program
and
alongside you, right? And
he's the chef.
yeah, yeah,
So he said, he notices a difference,
that's
not
great.
just weight loss.
That's
So
great.
yeah, it's remarkable. It really is.
What are you looking forward to the most now? Just in life without lupus, I guess you could call it now.
Oh, well, be able to do things, get back up to walking more.
Yeah.
I mean, I'd have to. I mean, if I had to walk 5 miles, I could. It wouldn't be pretty, but I could do it. But
Yeah.
I'm not exhausted coming in from a mile and a half walk up and down the hills around the neighborhood. Just feeling better.
Yeah.
You just feel better. I wish the vertigo thing would go away so I could get back in the pool and swim.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I hear you.
it's
And that's
and the all the probiotics and things that you recommended us take and this
yeah, oh yeah.
we just got and I mean it's really kind of helped both of us with our digestion.
Yeah.
Not gassy.
Can I
Yes. Not that it was a huge problem, but I'm thinking since we went on the diet, have we been gassy?
The gassiness is gone.
Yeah, the normal gas. I mean, we weren't horribly gassy, but just not bloated, not.
I guess that's why I call it the mind gut immunity,
Gut.
right?
Yes.
Emphasis on
And
the gut.
yeah, yes, and I really have. I haven't cheated like with tomatoes or any of the nightshade vegetables. I've stayed away. Even onions. I've stayed away from all that and no peppers. And it's just the diet's made the difference.
I know people wonder what like I get this question a lot, usually around month 3, month 4. And the question I get is like, well, how strict do I have to be with the diet? And it's a mixed bag, right? Like I actually teach people how to cheat on the diet. I say, hey, you can integrate some of these foods that you've always kind of like I've restricted, like kind of restricted it in the first 6 weeks,
Oh yeah, we stuck to it.
Right. But as time goes along, we kind of like, you're back to almost sort of what, some of the foods that you've been doing before whenever you want.
Yeah, but we're much more particular about like we only eat grass-fed organic beef when we do have it. And we do, we used to have steak a couple times a week.
All the time, right.
It's a treat.
Now
we
it's
just
frequent. Yeah.
And like we had one yesterday for our anniversary.
Yeah,
and
congrats.
Thank you. It didn't eat all of it because you just like, well, one grass it isn't as tasty as grain fed, but and we make sure we buy, if available, only organic fruits and vegetables. We don't eat processed food, though they do make organic Triscuit crackers now, and I had to get some of those, to put grass-fed cheese on once in a while, but it's not a daily thing. Sometimes it's not even a weekly thing. And once in a while, you got to have some chocolate. And if my husband makes cookies like last night, I said, I have to have,
you're gonna have some. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about. You're allowed, and people don't, I feel like people think, oh my God, I'm going to be placed on this super hyper restricted diet for the rest of my life. And it's like,
Oh,
no,
no,
you do
no.
it for a set period of time, fix the problem, right? And
Yeah.
then you get to kind of explore and like, yeah, don't go crazy. Don't go back to totally your old ways, but there
No, oh,
has
no,
to be a
no,
little bit of
I
a
don't,
balance, right? At that point.
yeah, I don't think we will. It's more of not a lifestyle change as far as food goes. We
Yeah.
don't have store-bought cookies. We don't have bread, though I did just buy some organic bread made with
Yeah.
heritage wheat
Mhm.
and no oils in it, no soy or any of that stuff in it. Just once in a while to have a piece of toast.
Yeah.
You gotta have a piece of toast once in a while. But when we do it, it's organic with
The
no
right way.
GMOs and
It's
no
infrequent,
processed,
right? It's infrequent.
infrequent.
You're still
Yeah.
having high phytonutrients in the rest of your diet. You're still following a lot of the principles that were labeled, that were sort of described to you in the beginning. And so,
2 big salads a day.
oh, it's
About, I would say most weeks it's every day. Sometimes it'll be 6 days a week because you
Yeah.
just, if you eat a late lunch, they have another big salad late in the day. But we always, and if we're going to have meat, usually, except for that steak last night, it's in the salad. It's a smaller
Yeah.
portion. It's in the salad because you got to have some protein.
And you're month 5 into the program. I want everybody to know, like, the first 2-3 months, you're pretty your first 2 months definitely very strict. Problems
Oh,
all
yes.
Then
Yeah.
we kind of, loosened up, and then now you're more or less sort of enjoying all the things you used to enjoy, just in the smaller amounts and
Once in a while, but like I said, we
Yeah.
don't keep a bunch of salami in the
Well,
refrigerator
exactly, right?
because it's
Within
so
reason.
processed.
Within
Yes.
reason, right? Yeah,
Yes.
that's kind of the
Yes.
idea. Yeah. Okay.
And we bought organic turkey for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, good.
And so at least if we're having it, it's not full of antibiotics and chemicals, and
Terrible
it's
stuff. Yeah.
naturally fed. So yes, and it is just
Yeah.
well, and I know it's not a weight loss diet, but if you cut out all the sweets and and I still I don't have grapes because you said that was a big thing, but we have brought apples back in because we chop them up and put them in the salad because we can't have tomatoes, or
Yeah.
I can't. My husband can have tomatoes. I can't have tomatoes. And I just started bringing pears back in. Same thing.
Good.
As a snack.
We
instead
like bringing all that stuff in moderation,
Mhm.
within reason, I think, is a good way of describing it. And
Yeah.
you've just done so well. Your labs just continue to get better, even as your diet is not as strict,
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I know you're on it most of the time.
I eat a salad. I don't get out there and eat restaurant food.
I know.
I have had some soups when I'm out, but yeah, in the beginning it was hard. Those first couple of weeks,
I know.
because
I
we
have to
just
get
went
people through. I tell people, I'm like, listen, the first 3 weeks, you're not gonna like us. You know how you were texting, like we text back and forth multiple times each day, which
Yes.
don't understand. They're like, you're texting a doctor 3 times a day, 4 times a day, and like texting pictures of poop, and then you're texting pictures of like what you're eating, and then
I think I texted a poop.
Well,
not that I wouldn't have. I just didn't have to.
Yeah, I know, but you know how all this crazy,
Yes.
all this crazy stuff, and you're like, is this real? Like, did I really sign up for this program? I guess I did. This is what I signed up for. But
if you're gonna do it, do it.
If you're gonna do it, and that's what it takes.
And it was nice that you always got back. You or your assistant always got back, and I mean within 24 hours, sometimes within minutes. If I said, like when I tried taking that hydrochloric acid stuff, that was not for me.
Yeah.
It was immediate response. Well, don't take it.
No, don't do it.
Yeah. And we're able to work out something else with it, and we're going to continue on the probiotics.
That is what it takes. Yeah, but that is what it takes. It takes that kind of in the first 3 to 4 weeks. It really does take hand holding, because there's a learning curve, But once
Oh
you
God.
pass that learning curve, it's not like we're bugging you all the time now. It's kind of like, as needed, after about month
Yeah.
3, 4, it's like it's not as and by the way, you're also feeling better, your problems are better. So you're confident that you already know kind of what's working, what's not, and that's kind of the idea.
And let me tell you, if I try to think what we had, that I had cake. Was it a party or somewhere? And I had cake. It might have been our son's wedding. I don't remember, even though it was organic. Somebody made an organic
Cake. You had
but still
cake.
there was. I had cake. My tendons, I could feel it in my tendons.
Yeah.
That icing and that. Oh my God, it was so good. But I paid for it, so.
But then you knew how to correct it, and it wasn't that big of a deal.
Oh
It's
yeah,
not like,
I mean, it was
it's not like you
that
had a
one time
flare.
thing.
It's not like you had a
No,
flare. It's not like you had multiple
no.
days of symptoms, right? So
Yep. I had a night that my tendons in my hips hurt, and I guess it was from the sugar.
Right.
So and like I said, I had my husband make cookies, but organic flour, organic sugar, but it was still sugar.
Yeah.
And he uses, like, instead of sugar in his coffee, he uses maple syrup.
Yeah.
So it's, not that processed sugar stuff. So we've made big changes in how we eat and plan on continuing to do it.
Good.
Even on vacation.
I'm really glad this program helped you. And
it did. I recommend it. If you're having issues, especially lupus issues, since that's what I was here for.
Lupus nephritis. We also see people with all kinds of other autoimmune or digestive dysfunction.
I've told 2 or 3 people about it. When now, honestly, I don't think they could afford it.
Yeah.
Right now, especially around the holidays. I said, when you really mean business, try this diet.
Yeah, because
try MGI, and it's specific to, like, my friend with Crohn's. I said, you wouldn't be exactly the same thing I was, because once you can't have lettuce, it just tears her up. And I said, but if you've had enough sometime, try it.
I think it's an investment in health. And I think
yes,
given the thing, the one thing I'll say is there's a lot of things we spend money on, and I think one of them needs to be on ourselves. And I think there's, to get rid of a condition such as lupus or Crohn's or some other autoimmune disease that's really affecting you every single day.
She's on 2.
Yeah,
it's worth it.
That's worth it. That's worth it.
That's 1 month worth of medicine.
Yeah, like
she's on 2 of the medicines.
I know. And so, for what it is, you're not getting some health coach. You're getting a MD surgeon who you can bother at any time. And
yes,
you get a dedicated culinary coach. Oh yeah. Oh, and you can talk to somebody about personal development. It's like there's not a lot of outsourcing. I don't have like this giant team people work with. They're working with me, and they're getting the right answers. They're getting them quick. We fix things in real time, and they see results fast, so
it's amazing how quickly all the time that you're complaining about the diet, how much I was improving during it. So I'm a big vegetable person. It wasn't that big a stretch for me, but no potato chips or no potatoes other than sweet potatoes, that was, and every once in a while, like for Thanksgiving, we had not only the sweet potatoes, we had some mashed potatoes, and I took a couple spoonfuls, but not
and
like
the first 6 weeks are very restricted, though. All of the foods we just talked about, all the foods you enjoyed, the whole conversation we just had right now, a lot of those in the first 6 weeks were a no-go.
Nothing. Yep. And we didn't do it.
But here we are.
And I'm fortunate because my husband was the one that said, let's do this. And he's the chef. So, I didn't have to eat something different than him. He just said, okay, we're going to do this. You need to do this.
That's great.
Yeah, it was.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really do. And, if you have a message or anything, or if anybody reaches out to you with this sort of thing, you now know how to fix their problem, and you know how to fix your problem.
I'll say, call you.
Okay.
Go to MGI. That's right. Well, no, and I have told people, I said, you're not going to believe it, because I used to not believe it, that it would make that big a difference. I'm
There's a
telling you
lot of, listen, there's a lot of skepticism.
that it would make that much difference. I know.
I have to win people. I earn every single person's trust that I work with, because this is what we're doing here is not like most doctors and most clinics are not good at these types of interactions. They're not good at coaching people through these types. They also don't have expertise when it comes to probiotics. They don't have expertise when it comes to phytonutrition. So there's a lot of gaps in terms of what is available in most healthcare settings. And so the only thing they're really good at is giving medication and maybe running tests, right? I would say they're pretty good at that. But
Yeah.
this kind of idea and sense of fixing the root cause.
Assembly line.
Yeah, fixing the root cause, or really coaching people through the struggles of implementing maybe a new diet or lifestyle change, or specifically using targeted probiotic therapy to reverse the inflammation pretty fast, like within weeks. These
Yes.
I think there's not a lot of people that are good at it. And I don't think there's a lot of places to go to find this sort of thing. You know, I haven't, there's no place for that.
No, I don't know how my husband found you online.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
It's a fluke, right?
He's always looking for ways to help me be healthier. You know, with my lupus, always looking for that non-medical way to do something to start getting me off the drugs.
And he ended up hanging out with me, a doctor, you know.
There you go.
But nothing we did.
There are doctors that know.
Yeah, but nothing we did involved, typical kind of, medical things like that. So, but I agree with you. It matters. It like in your example, you were able to totally reverse your illness in a matter of weeks. And now we're looking at even your kidney, your lupus nephritis improved substantially. And so this is a powerful thing to be able to say, I did all of this without medication. And not only that, it didn't take me years. It didn't even take me, it took me weeks to months, maybe,
Yeah. I mean, yeah, by the end of the 8 weeks, I was,
it
was a lot better. And and if, like I said, if I get out there and exercise more, it's even better. Get back into yoga. Mm-hmm. It'll help. And I appreciate it. And thank you.
Great. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
So I hope you enjoyed this segment, and if you like my content, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you think this video will help someone you know, be sure to repost a link to this video. And as always, I'm Dr. Chanu Dasari with the Mind Gut Immunity Clinic, and let me know if I can help you out.